it's a great day to be in the sugar shack. Have a few drinks while we boil down the sack. If you're looking for me, I don't know when I'll be back, but you'll find me out at the sugar shack. Spring is here, and those maples are all tapped. We got cold beer, and those buckets are full of sap. So I guess it's maple syrup time again, and you can smell the maple sugar in the wind. And it's a great day to be in the sugar shack. Have a few drinks while we boil down the sack. And if you're looking for me, I don't know when I'll be back, but you find me out at the sugar shack. All here, and there's still lots of room. Let's get weighed, play that maple sugar tune, and we can boil all day and all night, and pray that the sugar comes out right. And it's a great day to be in the sugar shack. Have a few drinks while we boil down the sack. And if you're looking for me, I don't know when I'll be back, but you'll find me out at the sugar shack. All right, you know it, let's sing it. And it's a great day to be in the sugar shack. That sounds good. Have a few drinks while we boil down the sack. It's as sweet as maple syrup. And if you're looking for me, I don't know when I'll be back. I'm here, but you find me out at the sugar shack. And if you're looking for me, I don't know when I'll be back, but you find me out at the sugar shack. Hey Jeff, is that getting close? You'll find me out at the sugar shack. Oh, it smells good, brother. You'll find me out at the sugar shack. I think we better take off our batch. Hey man, we're waiting on you at the sugar shack.
Hey, hey, hey. Oh, sorry, guys. One of those mornings where I'm starting to get a lot of pollen from the grass and the mold. And my allergies are going crazy this morning. And sorry for being late. I'd blame it on somebody, but I won't throw them under the bus. All I gotta say is, I think y'all know who I might have been talking to. He made me late. Not me. I'm not late. He made me late. So we got Wendy, Hardneck Farms, howdy howdy, Karen, Lee, Fisherman 506. What's going on, Lee? When lobster season opens, what, May, 1st of May? Or is it Mother's Day weekend? I forget which one you always run off of. Or I guess what your son runs off of now. But happy fishing, merry fishing, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's not even fishing. Happy lobstering. And, oh, wow. Okay. So you're the fall then. Okay. Well, that explains a lot. I always thought there was one, or maybe that's... Is it? Yeah, not much use in asking. Maybe it's only native that fishes near where my mother-in-law is. But I know, like, year-round. The fellow that took Remy and I out fishing last, I guess, August. Sorry, guys. There was a piece of furry just east of us. Starts May 25th. Now, could you get tickets for that? Like a license? Or you have to stay in your wheelhouse, per se? Really? Now, would you start on the St. John River? I'm just trying to... I know roughly where you are. Okay, you just stay in your wheelhouse. All right. Well, there you go, folks. Lobstering 101. And I tell you what, I firsthand had some of Lee's lobster. I ate it right away, and I made lobster rolls. Oh, wait, just a little bit of garlic butter on the inside of that lobster roll. Oh, is all I can say of that. And the native person that took us fishing, he's different. He doesn't try to bend the rules. Like his family's been living off the ocean and the land for... The only thing, like, he does not sell to, for lack of better term, the white man. He does not sell. Lobster, he will, because he has a license for that. But yeah, they actually had a tuna in one of their traps. And by the time they got back out to it, tuna was dead. It got caught up in the line, and one of those things that he figures about $2,000-$3,000 was gone. And but he did everything right. Called the ministry. The ministry came down, checked it over, made sure it was healthy, and blah blah blah. And, like, some of those people would have just tried to eat it, but he wouldn't. Who else we got? We got Troy Sutton. We've got Christian. Gathered Together Homestead. Good day, good day. How are yous? Hopefully you're doing magnificent. And hey, Arlene. So we're getting closer to our trip. And it's unfortunate that, with the the end day. Life is real. Life sucks sometimes. I was looking at, quite a few different channels that I haven't met yet. Spending the week and, having a great time. And we're getting word that, people are having to cancel and cancel and cancel. And yeah, thank goodness we hit our 30. So that relieves us of our financial commitment. If the people cancel, that's not our fault. We brought them 45 and now we're starting to head down. But again, especially, if I wasn't one of the organizers, I don't think I could afford to go, tell you the truth. It's tough. And our dollar is on the way back up. Without getting too political, Canada's pulled 179 or 175 or 179 million dollars out of the US Treasury and invested it in the Commonwealth. So our dollar's finally going and it is what it is. And our family still understand that it's not us. And like I was just talking to Jesse, and I said, if every country was to fix their own issues and worry about everybody else's, it'd be a lot better world. And we have a couple people on the ship that were supposed to come on the ship. They got hit with the DJ extended retirement. Yeah, that's what we'll say. And, I just feel bad for those people. Yeah, they can't come on the ship, but that doesn't pay mortgages. Their number one priority is to get themselves another job. And yeah, thoughts, prayers are going out to you guys. As if you're just sitting there lurking or watch this later, we're here for you. And hey, Susan, Bud Files. I am here just on the phone, my brother in California. Well, you can tell him to log on and he can chat in the chat. But yeah, so hopefully everybody is having a blessed week. Let's hope there's a lot less really bad weather nowhere this week. Give everybody a few weeks to clean up, especially down south. I know, now I don't know if Lee did, but up Hamilton, Dalhousie, into Bathurst, they got hit real hard with snow this 2 days. Like Tony and Joni, Um, they got nailed with snow. My mother-in-law in Dalhousie got nailed. Tell you what, it's just one of those. If I don't get my butt in gear and get over to the Sugar Shack, I'm going to miss it this year. But it's, again, something that I just absolutely love to do. My buddy of mine, they didn't even tap this year. He said there's just, it seems like this year everybody is so far behind the 8 ball that they're having. You miss the snow? Right on, Lee. Woohoo! Yeah. We we have some drifts behind the house. That's the only spot we have snow. Side yard, the field across from us. Actually, if it stays right now, it's about plus 10, so that's roughly 50 Fahrenheit for my friends to the south. If we have that, and we've got about, what would that be? 2-to-1, roughly 8-mile-an-hour winds, 16 kilometer winds. So it's drying it up fairly quick also. We thought we were going to have severe thudding. Severe thudding. Wow. I'm having a rough day with my new tongue. We thought that the water was going to rise and we were going to have a ton of flooding. And it seems like the good Lord has spared us this year. We've had maybe an eighth. Yeah, we've got maybe an eighth of rain that we normally do this time of year. Now, I hope that coming up to my new homesteading conference that we're starting up, all my presenters are ready to go. We've got a really neat kitty we have a really neat kids section. Unfortunately, I was supposed to get some military armored vehicles. They were even going to check on choppers. But we ran into an issue. Another full platoon have to head overseas. So most of them are coming out of one base that was going to supply me. So that it is what it is. It sucks that we have, we don't have the folks to support it, but we're going to have the police there with like some ATVs, side-by-sides, might even bring their boat, because they got to get it out of storage anyways and get it cleaned up, because it's not going to be long. They've got to be out on the water for the first pickerel season starts that weekend. So there's going to be, I can already see what it's going to be is there's going to be a whole lot of ladies at the homesteading conference, and the guys are going to be over at the fish camps out fishing all weekend. So, and I don't really care. We have, we have a whole lot set up. Man, women, children will all learn. Major seed swap. Man, oh man, guys, my hydroponics are going crazy. I've got lettuce for, oh my goodness, I got a lot of, so both my girls, and I've got planting stuff here, but let's see here. We got lots of lettuce happening. And I have one exciting thing that I have is there is 1, 2, 3, 4 blooms on my beans. So, yay me. I'm going to, after I'm done this, I have to take and I planted a bunch of Roma tomato. And I gotta honestly say, guys, I've tried a lot of different companies. Yeah, can I reach it? Yes, I can. Rainbow Seeds. Once he can start shipping back across into the U.S., just absolutely amazing. He's got some that are like this, but he does sell them by weight. So 5 grams, whatever that is in ounces, I don't know. He's got these. And his prices totally outbeat all the other groups. And I should have a package today. I had to order more chamomile herb seeds. I didn't realize that they were so small. And they're just like dust. So I ordered another 10 packages. Because what we don't use for the kids on hey Virginia, there's so many individuals that they just don't know how to start growing things at home. So Remy's doing a video on how to survive. Pretty much Remy has about a 40 by 40 garden, and all his produce for the year comes out of his garden. They can't afford to go to the grocery store down east because it's quite the premium. So if he has a bad year with growing, that means they're not going to have a whole lot of vegetables for his, yes, they can, but they have to take money out of other parts of their they have to take money from other sections of their budget to buy produce. So like he's got, how a lot of people will slice up pickles and put them in a dill brine. Well, he had heard about doing pickled zucchini that way. Not my favorite, but it's pretty darn close to pickles. So he gave me some, and they're just like pickle spears, but they're zucchini spears. So I forget how many pounds of zucchinis he got off his garden this year. Well, zucchini breads. I believe he did do zucchini chips. He also did these zucchini spears. So, yeah, I'm back. Had to visit with my brother. Oh, that big earthquake. Yes. I remember. I did see that. See, they're limiting both sides of the invisible line. You guys are not seeing what we're seeing, and we're not seeing what you guys are seeing. But yes, no, I do remember. It might have been actually on YouTube that I saw it. And we're having a federal election coming up here shortly. And there's issues with that too. Everybody wants the front runner to be the next prime minister, but the front runner's never been elected in politics in his life, not even at my level. So, and he was the one that he's been voicing, or I guess he's been the prime minister's right-hand man for 5 years. Well, he was the one doing all this carbon stuff. So, there's issues being talked about that. What do you do? Then you have the conservative guy up here who he's not even cleared to look at confidential documents. I have more of a security clearance than what he does. and he's running for prime minister of our country, refusing to get it's just. And then we have another party that started called the People's Party, maybe. And any woman who puts an X for that party, it's pretty much taking every right of every right that my girls have gone. Abortion gone. Like just honestly, this guy, he is in out, and of course he's putting it of a not political, religious. The guy has a rap sheet. I don't think the good Lord really cares what he's been saying. But anyways, terribly, it's ridiculous, especially the price of your eggs down there. That's like crazy. And I cannot believe that folks would support or not support people to have backyard chickens like what we do. As soon as I get into office, not 6 months after I was sitting at the table, I was able to get it through that we were allowed 6 chickens in our urban areas, and over 5 acres was unlimited. Now they want to try to limit our bees to 5 hives. Yeah, 5 hives per acre. That does not even, hey Joe, that does not even equate to what our provincial guidelines are. Like we're having, people are killing off bees at an extreme. People don't even realize they're killing bees. And that's, I have one of my presenters at the Homestead Conference is, I'm listening while working. All right, buddy. It honestly, I just don't get. I don't get how they're limiting. Yes, people are allergic to bees. But again, a honeybee wants nothing to do with a human. Stay still for 2 seconds. It's going to sniff you and it's gone. You ain't got nothing it wants. It only wants pollen to go back and make its, make its queen a lovely home. And unfortunately, yeah, our bees are dying off at astronomical numbers because even the household pesticides. So I've got one of my talkers is he's He's the one that the last couple of years, he gets about 2,000 pounds of honey a year. And he knows his bees inside out, backwards. Like, he doesn't even wear a bee suit. He doesn't wear gloves. He handles his girls with his bare hands. You might get stung once, possibly twice a summer. Right there goes to show me. You swat at a bee, it's going to sting you. So, but yeah, Andre doesn't even wear a bee suit. He wears his cap, and he'll wear a long sleeve shirt. That's it. So, but we have the upper one tier higher than us trying to eliminate how many bees that we can put. Like my property, I could only have 5 hives, which there's no. As long as you follow the regulations, a bee is in flight and it'll go up to half a mile and bring back pollen. Well, I'm got so many farmers' fields around me. Like, this would be a bee haven. I've been trying to get somebody to drop hives across the road behind. Oh. But again, it's not like they're going to hurt anyone. They don't want anything you got. But, so who we got? We got Joe came in the house. And Jesse, well, he's just lurking while he's working. And yeah, we got some more people lurking, and that's okay. And yes, Virginia's here, but it just kind of makes me go whenever, people who are in downtown, in the middle of a city, who doesn't even know where our area is, telling us what's good for our area. Just doesn't make sense. So, I guess it would be my next meeting. They will be at our meeting, and I was going to go toe to toe with them and say, how can you justify limiting the bees? It's not like they're just there for honey. Bees do a lot of work. And yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of people that have no idea what a bee does. And they don't care really what a bee does. And they don't, I guess. Sorry guys, I'm building my little signs. Yeah, I get on my soapbox, and it's, last summer I did honestly had next to no honeybees for my garden. And I think I know why. And if I catch him doing it this summer, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. But I've got a neighbor who thinks that it's okay for him to kill all the bees. They don't plant flowers. They don't have a garden. All I can say is it's not right. No! I can multitask all I want. I want to see you multitask. Remember the jobs that you said you were going to do today? No, actually, I just want to see Lisa thump you. That's all I want to say. Hey, Jamie, what's going on? Killing your what? Speak English, man. It's got one job, folks. One job. Sit there, look pretty, and wave to people. Wow. Wendy, they do say that bees are protected, but there's nobody to police it. So you can say anything's protected. Who's protecting them? Except for the growers themselves. And they, they do grow they do grow a lot of people like around our area kind of get it, but not like my neighbor. He born and grew up in somewhere down in the States. I'd have to pull up a map, but and his wife grew up in the city. Well, if their kids go anywhere near bugs or bees or they got to go, they have, now they didn't put it in, the people before these guys, their kids could not be dirty. I'd like to know if the kids have some kind of, not diseases, but I'm sorry. I know I can hold up the sign that I've eaten 10 pounds of sand. Like, that's what kids are supposed to do. That's how they get a lot of their immunization, is through contact, is from touching things. But I don't get why they, yeah, I why would you not allow your children, like, good Lord, my kids, they'd be up in trees, they'd be down in the bushes, they'd be all over God's creation here. They're fine. And so what? They had a shower before they went to bed. But I don't know. Exactly, Wendy. Dirt flows through my veins. Like, I just don't get it. Like, whenever I get back in, sometimes I've been out in the garden and I'm black from my elbows down to my fingertips. And there's probably half a truckload of dirt underneath my fingernails if I forget to cut it just before I go outside. But that's the problem with today is a lot of parents don't allow their children to do that. Yeah, exactly, Tiff. Exactly. If, you know, like, how many times has our kids, you've caught them in the garden taking stuff and throw it in their mouth and them run away laughing? You know what? There's no pesticides on it except dirt on the outside of the tomato or whatever they grabbed from big rainfalls. Funny how that works. Nothing wrong with my kids. Now, you gotta like wash all your produce and like even this stuff. We have one lady here who, you know, I know she's going to be at my event and I know she's going to go toe to toe with everybody because she's one of these ones where you've got to wash it, you have to leave it for so many minutes, you have to rinse it, you have to leave it for so many minutes, and then you run it through bleach water. And I'm like, some of this crap's going into your body. Like, you're best to do nothing than to, I just, it is what it is. It's like, why? Exactly, Karen. Exactly. A lot of us couldn't afford swing sets. So we went to the ditch. We found a tire. There was chain out in the neighbor's barn. Sure, take the chain. What are you doing with it? Well, we want to build ourselves a slide or a swing. My God, keep you kids outside and in the fresh air? You're damn right. Go ahead. It's right there. What do you need? And then he'd end up doing it for us. And he was the one with the biggest trees. So his wife had passed. I think there was complications with his daughter's birth. I think. So he only had one daughter. She didn't live there any longer. He thought he had died and gone to heaven to have kids running through his property again. And that's what we'd do. He'd build us like stuff all over. And we had a blast. Absolute blast. And but you're not allowed to even, you can't do that anymore. They were going to build one next door. Somebody called. It wasn't the building inspector. Anyways, they called somebody, and it was bylaw. And it's now against the law because a kid might get hurt. I'm like, huh? There's too many pinch points. You're telling me. So I said, that means a child can't climb in a tree anymore because they could fall out. You know? And it just makes me shake my head. Honestly, shake my head. And what do you do? It just, you can't do anything anymore. They want to keep and wrap everybody in bubble wrap. And Tiffany, I get it. You want to see my kids. Mine. That is what it is. I know my kids had fun. My kids will tell you, they had a blast. They'd play hide and seek. Well, the one day they were playing hide and seek, I still don't know how the little bugger did it. He won't tell me. But Kyle won. He hid for 6 hours. He climbed up on the house. Not sure how. I don't know if I even want to know. No, I don't care. But back then, I'm glad he didn't. But yeah, Tiffany, 80 pounds of dirt between the four of them. Yep. Absolutely. My kids, we were outside all the time. So where I grew up, there was a 100-acre pine forest across the road with roads through it. We were allowed to drive the old vehicles that they had for wood. We were 12 years old driving vehicles back there. We would camp in the middle of we would camp in the middle of the bush. We'd go down, and one of the trucks they had one of those caps for the back. Well, we were happier than you know what, because we could live off of everything back there. Like, there was mushrooms, there, you name it. But back then, I could differentiate between. But now that there's so many different kinds of mushrooms, I wouldn't even want to take a chance without, well, I suppose if I had my phone, it'll tell me, but phones can be wrong too. And that, you don't really want to be that sick out the middle of the bush. But I broke my first bone at 23 from a fall in the shower. Jumpins, girl. You showers aren't to be jumping around in. Only 7% of mushrooms have been exactly, Joe. And back there's this one area. I don't know if it's still there or not. I should ask my buddy if that area is still there. But we called it Mushroom Alley. We would take our shoes off. Yes. They took their shoes off. We did. And walked on the moss. The moss was about 4 inches thick. And all we do is just go for a walk. And I couldn't even tell you how long it was. But we called it Mushroom Alley. And I couldn't even fathom to say how many mushrooms were along the way. But every place you look, in the moss, in trees, you name it, there's one. Actually, if you go to Remy's page, he went and forged some last fall. It's called the lobster mushroom. It tastes like lobster. True story. Now, I've never seen that around where we are. I think it's got to have like salt tendencies, like actual salt in the air and whatever, because where Remy is, that's all salt. It's a saltwater river that it comes into where my mother-in-law is in Dalhousie. It goes from this great big bay into a river, and that's one of the areas that they lobster fish down in there. They lobster fish, they salmon, you name it, they do it. But yeah, it's crazy, just absolutely crazy. And Joe, since you're here, you got to get this guy. Right now, he's not shipping, and I know you are close to a couple other seed companies. This guy's smart. And it's all his stuff come, you know, that's, I'm not going to show you this side, but it's got my, Rainbow Seeds is who they are. uh, but the best thing is his prices are $2.50. I've seen a lot of them in the dollar store crossed over the river anywhere from $3 to $5. Yes, in a dollar store. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. The amount of yeah. They have a website, Joe. I use them all the time. Actually, this is two of their plants right here. but their root system is really, really good. Um, they're This is only 2 weeks. So, yes, it is in my hydroponic system, but 2 week old, like, and they're already starting to stay up by themselves. I like it. And it, you know, but yeah, and Joe, you'd actually honestly love this guy's story. Hey, sweetheart. He, they noticed that their son would be nonverbal in the winter. And then whenever their son would eat the vegetables, he would start to communicate with them. Honestly, you've got to hear this man's story. Like it brings a tear to my eye every time I hear him say it. That, you know, I'm just grabbing my pen here, guys. Um, Actually, the Vineyard Chicks have interviewed him 2 or 3 times now, and him and his wife are amazing folks. I told them that I'm doing this homesteading conference. I grow a whole bunch of stuff for people in my community who can afford produce at the grocery store. And that's where all these plants are going right now. I'm going to grow like one of those black flats that I have over there. Like I've got cherry tomatoes going right now. I've got I think those are yellow beans already up, and I mean the stems are, because I run a fan on them at night, and my wife turns them off whenever she gets up in the morning with the dog. And like I said, I can't keep up to the lettuce. I have that much lettuce. So I'm going to cut back on my lettuce. And what I might do is pull it, because I've got, 2 or 3 cuttings off my lettuce right now. Thank you, Jesse. And yeah, you should see Joe once you get back at it. See if you can interview him, but you can ask Jesse. Like, his story is phenomenal, and just the growing of his own produce, and 99% of his seeds are all GMO. Like, they're, he's got a lot of heritage seeds. Well, you can see from his website. And his website is, I think it's just rainbowseeds.ca or .com. Whichever one it is. Go have a look. And my first order from him. Oh, and if you're going to order from him, Broom 10, BRUM 10 gets you 10% off your purchase. Yes, I do get a little stipend, but all that I do is I use that stipend to order more seeds so that I grow for my individuals around my community who can't afford produce. Now, I don't do everything for them. I give them I give them fully ready to go, hardened stems, I guess you know, like starts, and they grow their own. And I've checked up on them throughout the summer, and their gardens look fabulous. And you know, the one lady that I gave a whole bunch of tomato starts to last year, they can't afford a whole lot, but she brought me a little jar of salsa. That was her way of saying thank you. I tried to say no, and she got quite adamant that I can't repay you, but please let me give you a little jar of salsa. So I took her salsa. It was good. That's all I gotta say. It was good. What I gotta do is get her recipe. And apparently she doesn't use sugar, but it's the stuff she uses in her salsa that sweetens it up. It's good. Really good. Seed prices are ridiculous. I can, like I said, these guys are absolutely awesome. I ordered like 10 different seeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different seeds. Okay. And then he just started going like that in my bag. So I ordered, and what I liked, tells you how to grow. So he's got a really good planting calendar. He tells you why he loves this website. It breaks down every variety of vegetables, herbs. Yeah. So I ordered 6 things, and then, you know, we were chit-chatting, and I let him know what I was doing. And, well, what do we got? 2, 4, 6. There's 6. All this stuff he threw in for free. All that stuff there he threw in for free. And there's still more in there. Again, he knows the easiest things to grow. Let me see here. So, and like stuff that we can grow up here, Joe. Watermelons that are meant for my grow zone, your grow zone. Like it's ridiculous. They're a bit. I'm just looking here. I've got so my herbs that I'm using for the kids. I ordered 5 seed packs for $8, and all the rest were like $2.49 was the most expensive pack of seeds that he had. Even the sugar babies, actually I lied, guys. It's non-GMO, not GMO, non-GMO. and the rest are all heritage seeds. You gotta pardon me, guys. I'm not a green thumb. I just play one on YouTube. But he, you know, I got 3 packs of different. I make a wicked. I make a wicked.
Well, I was gonna buy you a soccer ticket for your birthday.
Um,
Go take a go get you. Beige.
I'm gonna say like it's crazy the amount of folks that he services right now with the tariffs. You'd have to call him and see if he's shipping to the US. He did have a person who would ship for him, but then the tariffs came in. Apparently, from what I understand, the tariffs are starting to go away next week. Even the automobile tariffs. Somebody realized that, oops, I made a mistake. And, well, but I don't know. It was a mistake for him, but it was good for us because the truck prices went down here. Because the truck that I was looking at last week went down $3,000. Not too many vehicles are going down nowadays. He is, or Ford is, but I do believe they've had major arguments or something. I don't know. Like you say, I had a very good chat with the border agent last week. My side, your side. And the synopsis of what he said is stop listening to the news. Don't listen to YouTube. Half of these people are just trying to get their 15 minutes of fame. That's it. That's all. And we had no issues. I should have been charged hundreds of dollars in tariffs. And what did they end up charging me, buddy? 15 bucks, 16 bucks?
Something like that, yeah, under 20.
Yeah, it was under 20 bucks. I was supposed to be charged. Now, I had to pay more at the point of contact. Like, it still cost me a lot of money by the time I got them home. But the tariff wasn't the kicker. It 7%, I think, for the betterment of both countries. 7% is nothing. And if you don't live at a border, you'd never know the difference. But for us, going back and forth, we know these things. We know what's happening. We know, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah, they already did one of them.
Um,
I'm stopping home after working.
so yeah, their whole thing is, I think it was just trying to see who had the bigger. And whenever they proved that none of them did, then, hey, Rebecca, how are you? Yeah, there's two different ones that he sent me. There's a sugar baby. It looks really good, and it's got the black seeds. And then he sent me, there's another type that he sent me that I've never even heard of before. What are these? Yeah, my lovely son doesn't realize it yet. Before he goes away, I'm gonna steal his strength. And then he sent me some baking pumpkins to make pumpkin pie myself. Wild cherry tomatoes. Okay, there's the sugar babies. I don't know why he sent me carrot seeds, because I cannot grow carrots to save my life. I've tried every year since I've been. That's English cucumbers, broccoli, sugar baby, watermelon. Why did he give me two sugar babies? Yeah. Okay, so you gave me extra. Oh, here's a crimson sweet watermelon. And then an annual rhubarb. That way there. There's one I got to get help to clean out. It won't take me. Actually, if I have to do it myself, it won't take me that long. But they, again, this is how, and he's just actually above where you are, Joe. He's in New Brunswick, near, I guess he'd probably be an hour north of Bangor, Maine, give or take. But no, I'm not, Jesse. My pen's even put away. There we go. I had to show Joe what I was talking about, because unlike Joe, I'm not a guru. All right, Joe, you go take care, brother. And we're gonna miss you there this summer, but that's all right. We'll get together for a football game maybe this year. Or maybe we'll do a football game a year end, and the next weekend we'll do a football game here. I don't think anybody else came in while I was on a growing rant. But it definitely... oh, Rebecca, did you get your car all fixed up? I think it was, what? Was it my road trip yesterday? You were going to get more parts for it. Yeah, we'll figure something out, Joe. Maybe in October or something. The end of September, October. It's at the mechanic getting, a valve cover gasket. Ooh. Well, hopefully everything is going to turn out magnificent with that. Yeah, valve cover gaskets are never fun. That's one thing you don't want to do yourself. But anyways, I should go because I know Peter was going to call me back this afternoon and we were going to figure out what was to transpire. Everybody that bought something, your stuff was all sent out yesterday. Oh, that's it. Back in the olden days, Rebecca, you could there was nothing on a Saturday to rip a motor out of a car or truck and flip in the new one and away you go. But I wouldn't even fathom looking at a wiring schematics for any of these new vehicles. Nope. Now, there's some that are just clip and, or I call them plug and play or clip and whatever, but no. But yes, it is. It's been in about an hour and a half, guys. I am going to roll out of here. And I know you told me, Rebecca, I just can't say off the top of my head, but oh my goodness. Drawing a blank. But again, I am going to go take some meds. That's it. I knew it was a 98, and I wasn't sure if it was a Nissan or a Toyota. But anyways, folks, it's time for me to go do some water gardening. Scott's doing it again, so quit thinking. Oh my goodness, Jesse. So help me God, you're going overboard, and I'm going to ensure Debbie not throw the ring. Honestly, you're going to be flopping around, and everybody's going to be running to the side of the boat asking, what is it? What is it? Don't worry, I'll tell them. Shoot! It's an intruder. I got you. Don't you? Mm-mm. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do, man. But anyways, I gotta go pull my lettuce. Talk to you guys later.